But today we're
So
just looking at the basics. So I'll not even be using my live account unless for like one or two trades, just to show you.
okay.
Yeah, I just want us to walk through the platform, where to look for various things, how things work. Because Deriv is a bit different from other trading platforms that everyone else knows. So, for example, this is free.moneyagg.com. So this is a site that we have created using Deriv API to help traders make their trades easily, and also it's created based on the mentality of a trader, because we are traders. We have created this for traders. So there are three things that you need to understand in Deriv. In Deriv, there
Umesema
are
ni Money 8GG.
free.moneyagg.com. Let me put it here on the chat.
Money 8GG.money.
No, that's the blog. Moneyagg.money is a blog. Free.money8gg.com.
Na how comes blog ndio inatokea na hiyo site haitokei kwa nini? Kwa search.
Not sure, unless I did something wrong on the indexing. But
Definitely, because I can only see your YouTube, your TikTok, and your money8gg.money. I can't see the free.money thing.
if you search money8gg, the one that comes up is the main website, money8gg.com. From money8gg.com, you can click go to trading. So there, either way, you can use whichever. Get started. Let me see. Get started goes to create a free account, become an affiliate, try the best bots. Yes, try the best bots. You've gotten to,
You said free.money.gg.
yeah, or you just go to, or you search money8gg. The first link is
No, I
money8gg.
just searched money8gg and I later.
Then I'm seeing something different. Free. I put it on the comments.
Yeah, you need to get the indexing right, bro. Your SEO is fucked up.
I'll check on that.
So free.money8gg.com, right?
Yeah, you should see the same thing that I'm seeing.
Why is it hard? Money8gg.com.
Okay, go to moneyagg.com, then scroll
Yeah.
until you see
Get started.
no, until you see free bots somewhere at the bottom there. Best free bots trading or AI powered trading. There's a tab there that has become affiliate, like cards. You've seen those cards?
Nimeona sasa niko kwa hiyo page. Okay. Yeah.
Amazing. You can still see my screen, right?
Yeah. I can still see your screen. I can see it right here on my laptop too.
Okay. So as I was saying, Deriv is a bit different from other trading platforms. So Deriv is mainly encompassed of, there is bot trading, and then if you're working on a site like ours that has been created by developers and traders, you find that there is algorithmic trading and there is also manual trading. So those are three key differences in Deriv. So most people advocate for bot trading, but as a beginner mainly, I believe the best way to start is usually manual trading. On manual trading, that is where you learn the different contract types, because there are quite a few on Deriv, and then you start automating using now bot trading, because it's essential to understand what you're doing first before you start placing your own money or using your own money. So let me just change to another tab. Tell me once you can see this screen. So it's just on the same website. I've just scrolled here at the bottom, at the top, and gone to manual trading. So I've not changed anything. It's still free.moneyagg.com on manual trading. But I just wanted to go through what markets actually Deriv offers and what you're going to be trading once you get up to speed on what the various markets are. So you can see my screen, right?
No.
You can see my screen?
Yeah.
Add to stage. Sorry.
Yeah, now I can see.
Yeah, so these are the different markets that Deriv offers. So what I've done is on free.money.gg, there is a tab on the far end that is written manual trading. So this is where you get what Deriv offers without the bots, without the algorithmic trading. So it's just showing you all the markets that are there and some of the possibilities of what you're going to be trading. For example, if you click here where it's written accumulators, this is one of the markets. So accumulators, just as you're seeing here, it's just two boundaries. Then you look for an accumulation in the market. Once you get an accumulation, you make sure these sticks or these sticks stay in between this barrier. You don't lose your money. For example, you can see if you look at the stats at the bottom here, there's a stats tab. It tells you how long the tick stayed within the barrier or there was an accumulation in the market. I think because you've done previous trading, you know about accumulation, you know
Yeah.
about, yeah, all that. So for this market, what we look for is an accumulation to ensure that the trade stays within these barriers so that we do not lose our money. And for this, we have made a few automations. If you click here, auto hunt, it tells you like it's going to break in 32 ticks, and already it's in 16 ticks. So you're not supposed to stay long. If you see green, you know you're making money. If you see red, you know you have lost money. Like there, I waited until it went to 32. We always recommend you wait half the number of ticks. So these are just automations that we have done. So if you click again, you can see it says 28 ticks. So if you see green here, you know that you're on the winning end. If you see red, and you can also sell it. Like for example, there you've made $1 just from doing that. So this is one of the markets. We have accumulators. The most this is, I think, the easiest market because you just look for accumulations. We have also done automations on bots that you can be able to identify this accumulation. We have, I don't recommend call and put because we still don't have algorithms that are able to identify these quite clearly, but this is also one of the market. So there's call and put, there is turbos and multipliers. All these are markets. So Deriv offers a lot of markets. For most trading platforms, it's just buy and sell, or yes, most of them is buy and sell, but there are also other binary options trading platforms. But Deriv is the biggest, I think, especially in the third world. It's one of the biggest. So
Yeah, it's
turbos,
it's banned. It's banned in the US, Europe, all
yeah,
first world countries.
yeah, and I think the reason it's banned is, you know, binary trading is it's either 0 or 1. There's no two answers. It's 1 or 0. So if, for example, I come to a market like let's just look at let's go to the most popular markets. Let's leave ups and downs. Ups and downs, this is exactly the same as forex. So let me show you one thing here. You
Yeah,
just
but
click.
I don't see the difference between forex, crypto, and this shit, man. Banning binary just because uh it's synthetic, or rather, it's not. It's market formulated by computers. It's bullshit. It's just it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but for us, we just say if it's making money, you just leverage on ensuring that you're making as much profit as possible. You cut your losses early enough, then you make your money. Because at the end of the day, it's money that you're looking for in all these markets. So whether it's forex or whether it's binary or whichever, whether it's crypto, just make sure that you're on the profit side because it's a P&L. What we always say is let your profits be more than your losses so that the business makes sense for you. This is not, it's not a game, it's business. And you know, Deriv is just a broker. It has binary, which is most popular, but it also has forex, which you can also trade on MT5. I think I'm going to be showing you that some other time. But as I was saying, this market that has ups and downs, this is now exactly same as forex. You can hold a trade for 10 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So if you read the candlesticks and you're like, this is gonna go up, you just place an uptrend trade. For example, if this is a stake of $10, I put 3 minutes. If I think it's gonna go up, I just put rise, and you can see the trade happens on this other end. So just like on forex where you can close your trade before the time ends, you can also do the same. If, for example, you see this is not going to go up within the 3 minutes, you can sell it. Like, for example, it's on 0.67 in profit, you can close before the time elapses. So this is one very good trick that people use on binary trading. You can use indicators; they are all here, things like MACD and whatnot. But I don't want to go deep into that for now. So high and lower and rise and fall is just the same thing. And then touch no touch. This one is just like the multipliers and the others. So you can see there's a line here. If I move
Mm.
this line and I say touch, what I'm saying is this candlestick must touch this line. If I move it down here and I say no touch, so for example, if you risk $10, your payout is $18. That means you're making $8 positive. So if, for example, I say no touch and I let it run, what's going to happen by the time this barrier of 3 minutes, because this is 3 minutes, elapses, I hope it will not have touched this line here, and then you can sell the trade. So there's a lot of nuances that you have to first of all understand before you go into trading your own money on dairy, because they offer a lot of instruments, but all these instruments are computer generated. So if you're not careful and you just come click touch, you click no touch, because some people just gamble with it. They don't look into what exactly is this contract about. You need to understand how the candlesticks are working, how the indicators, if you use indicators, if you trade on plain charts, you also need to understand how all this works together. So because I'm not going to be staying here long, I can just sell on a loss because this is my demo account. But let's move to what most people now talk about when they talk about deriv. If you meet anyone telling you about deriv, they usually tell you about digits. And I think this is why it got banned. I'm gonna remove the indicator just by clicking that. So for digits, you have 0 to 9. These are algorithmic generated digits. You don't know which digit is most likely, you don't know which digit will appear next, but you have an understanding based on the statistics that you're given here. So you can see
Mm.
from 0 up to 9. This is 10%, 10.3, 1 is 9.4, 9.3 now, 2 is 11%, 3 is 3.1, 4 is 10.8, 5 is 10.9, 6 is 10.1, 7 is 10.4, 8 is 10.1, and 9 is 9.1. So these are the last 1000. If you click the info tab here, is the last 1000 ticks. So for the last 1000 ticks, these are the digits that have appeared in their percentage. I think this is basic math. So, and these percentages are what we use to predict what is the most likely thing to happen. So, for example, matches and differs. For this one, what you're doing is you're saying, let me change this to 1 tick. So the duration can be ticks. So the max is 10 ticks, but I want to use 1 tick. So what you're saying, for example, if you say matches and you click 5, you can see 5 is the most appearing, and I say match. What I'm saying is this last digit has to end at 5. You see, if it ends at anywhere else apart from 5, I lose my money. If I click differs, I am saying it's not gonna end up at 5. So, but the lower the risk, for example, out of 10 digits, to say it's not gonna end up at 5 is lesser risk than to say it's gonna end up at 5. So that's why
Yeah.
if you match, you make 7 times your money. If you differ, you just make $0.62. So the markets have different payouts based on the risk that you are taking for the trade. So the higher the risk, the higher the payout. The lower the risk, the lower the payout. So that is matches and differs. So going through the different markets, I think you've had even, odd. Zero
Yeah.
out of the 10 digits, zero is an even number, two is an even number, four is an even number, six is an even number, eight is an even number. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are all odd numbers. So if you say in the last one tick, you stake $10, you say the digit is gonna be even. it has to end at an even number. If you click and you say the digit is odd, it has to end at an odd number. This is the reason I say don't just come click even odd, because now you can see it's very easy to lose if you put, like, for example, two ticks, and you say when it touches an even number, you're gonna click even. You can see the first one goes to even, the next one goes to odd. So some people just come here and click until the time they win. For example, you say you've won $8, but you've lost like 4 times. So you have to
Mm.
understand, in binary trading you have to be very careful, because you can easily lose your money. And Deriv always give the disclaimer: do not invest money you're not willing to lose. And also, do not what do they say? Do not take debts to come and invest in dairy. So understand, this is a risky business. The last one is over under. So this one I think is very popular. If you see, for example, you have barriers of from 0 to 9. So you can do, if you go to 0, you can't do under because there's no under 0, and if you go to 9, you can't do under because there's no over. You can't do over because there's no over. So this is just basic. One, if you say 1, all you're saying is, if I click over, I expect the digit to appear to be over 1. So if you lose only if it's under 1. If you say under, you expect the digit to be below. Just to explain again, if you do 2, you expect the last digit to come above 2. For example, if you do over there, you can see if it goes to 8, if it goes to anything, you can see how it shows them. So if it goes to any digit that is marked green, you win. If it goes to any digit that is not marked, you lose. So the barrier is 2. From 0, if it goes to 0, the last digit is 0, 1, or 2, you lose. If it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you win. So all the way up to 8. So you can just do over, under, over, under. So using all these details, that is why we are trying to automate all these things. And I'm going to be showing you the different automations. I just wanted to go through the market. So understand, there's ups and downs, which is like Forex, rise and fall, and higher, lower. There's digit trading, which is digits only. So there is even, odd, over, under, and there's matches and differs. There's calls
Mm.
and puts. There's touch, no touch. There's accumulators, which you look for accumulations. And then you can also use trading view for all these markets, because Deriv have also put their details on trading view. So they have provided the API of trading view, so you can be able to see all this there. It's not a must that you use the UI that they give you. So on markets, I think because you've traded before, I know you quickly understood all that. So let's move.
Absolutely. Remember, I also did a bot. They used to, it was a digits bot, and it was over and under.
uh, if you understand all that, then you are good to go. So the next thing that we're gonna look at is the bots now themselves. So for bots, how we have created them, we have created the best bots, or the best bots based on our trading experience. So if you go to best bots, you're gonna see a list of.
Before you go to the bots,
Mhm.
quickly, can you explain to me the difference between volatility index 75, 100? That, like, what's the difference?
So the difference is, if for example I come to trading view, mm, for trading view to work, I need to use a rise and fall bot. I'm looking for rise. Okay, this one. So if I come to trading view, so I've told you all the APIs are also here. So the difference is, I want to close this. So if you see, this is V75.
That's V25.
Yes. So you can see, if you click here and you come to derived, you can remove all this. So there was 10 1S, 10 index, 25 1S, 25 index, 30. They added 31S recently, and they added also 91S recently. So for 10 1S, if you see anything that has 1S, it means it's a tick every second. So for example, if I click 10 1S, if you look at, you can right click here and count down to bar close. This is 24 hours. 24 hours is too far. Let's just go to 1 minute. So it's just the time frame I've changed. I've not done anything. So if you look at this place here, there is 0.46 0.35. This last digit is what you're seeing on the manual trading I was showing you. And this countdown here is for seconds. So you can see on every second, there is a digit that is appearing. That is 1S, anything that has 1S. If you come to index, and the higher you are, so 10 index is slower than 100 index. 100 index goes faster. So if you can see, that is every 2 seconds you see a tick. 44, 43. Every 2 seconds you see a tick. You see data there every 2 seconds. So you can see there is like a wait time for flat indexes. But for 1S indexes is just super fast. Every second there is a tick because it has that 1S, and the volatility goes higher as you go down. So 75 1S is faster than 10 1S, because, and then 100 1S is even more volatile than 10 1S. But for me, if you're trading, mainly if you're trading digits, unless it's matches and differs, I recommend 1S markets because it offers you quick analysis and you can take the trades very quickly. So for me, I mainly trade the 1S volatilities. I don't trade the indexes unless it's matches and differs. I hope
And
that's
which one do
Mhm.
you prefer, the fast moving 100 or the 25 slower
Unless
one?
if it's MT5, I mainly do 75 and 25. If it's bot trading, any of them is okay. So long as the market meets the conditions, some of the conditions that I'm gonna be showing you, then you can take any trade. But
Okay.
but for me, especially rise and fall, I take the 1S ones. I rarely ever trade the flat indexes. I just find them too slow. But there are people who prefer them. But for me, I
Okay.
find them a bit too slow. Yeah. So I can move to bots now.
Yeah.
So, as I said, on free.moneyagg.com, we have created the bots that we ourselves use and think are the highest performing, and those are what we have put here. So, if you see, all the bots are classified based on the various markets. Like, for example, the under 8, this basically tells you that it does under 8 and gives you an instruction here. The percentages that you saw, 8 and 9, has to be less than 10%, either in the last 20 ticks or in whichever ticks you want to use. So all you do is you just load the bot. I think you have done this before. You can see
So,
stake
so,
here.
so you're saying, let
Mhm,
me just cut you a little bit.
mhm.
So these bots that we were buying, so someone sells me their bot, and then they also make money uh from my trades.
No, if somebody previously, what was happening is somebody will sell you a bot, but then that bot you go use it directly on Deriv. So that changed when we started creating these sites, and now we give you the bot, but then there's usually a 3% markup on any third party site. So somebody could download, for example, if you click load, you can see there's a download here. You can save this to your computer and use it. But then
Mm.
you can find there are blocks that we have added because this is custom code that we create onto the bots. The bot will not directly work on Deriv. So what used to happen before is I sell you a bot for $100, then the rest is up to you. So you go to the site, you load the bot, and then you trade. I think you did that when you got sold a bot. But now we maintain the bots here. We update them in case there are issues, and then we create the best strategies and we put them here. So for you, it's just to use. You don't have the maintenance, you don't pay for anything, but then you're gonna see the payout is a bit different when you're using these sites, unlike when you're using Deriv itself. So it's just if you decide how do you want to go about this. But I think when somebody who is a trader is maintaining it, they're able to put more effort into it, because most people you find used to come here. Let me show you a simple trick to create a bot. You just go reset. This is a basic bot with nothing. You can remove the sell conditions, and then you just download this and you call it AI robot V1.
Kunayo nimeona Nebs anaita chat load.
No, for the Nebs one is on Forex. It's not on binary. Nebs doesn't do binary. So what he has done is he has created a system that he looks at the chart based on his strategies, then he takes trades. I'm going to show you that sometime. I think I have not shared that screen, but I have MT5 expert advisors on on that I'm creating also on Deriv, but they're not here. So those ones are directly on MT5 because, as I said, Deriv is just a broker. You can trade anything you want on Deriv. So the same things that Nebs is selling, we have created a few of those softwares, but for us, we are not selling anything yet because everything we think uh, can be offered for free, unless it's something that we think is really cutting edge and you deserve to pay for it. But
No,
anything that we
I was just saying like the naming part.
the bots are given very very weird names because
Yeah,
you just name them whatever you want and then people just use them. But as I'm saying, creating bots is very easy. If, for example, I think most people say they don't know how to create bots. I think I created a playlist on my YouTube like
bro.
a while
Don't I
ago.
don't want to. I don't care about creating bots. I just want to know how I'm gonna make money. And I think 99% of your viewers will concur with me.
Yeah. That's correct. I also think for me, let me show you how to create the money. If you want to know how to create bots, you can also go there and just check.
Yeah.
But I think most people are just looking on how they can create money. So if I go back to, at least you understand how bots work. So every bot has, you can use one multi-purpose bot for various things, but mainly you find that most bots can be changed to any market. But for us, we try to separate them so that it's easy for the user. If you're doing even odd, you can see there's an even odd bot. If you're doing matches, there's a matches bot. If you're doing over under, there are bots that just switch markets, so they don't really analyze, you just do an under and then they do an over. Like this one is, yes, this one is an over under switcher. So an initial stake of 10 and a prediction of 1. So let's see. So like this one, if you just click run on any board, you're gonna see what it does. So for this one, it's doing analysis looking for the last digit. So these are some of the bot automations that we do. So it looks for, if it finds a particular digit, it takes a trade. If it finds 5, it takes an over one trade. If it finds 8, it takes if it finds 6, it will take, as you can see here, let me just stop so that you're able to see. Here the last digit was 6, then if the win payout in the last digit for volatility 25 1x is strictly higher than 1. So if you see higher than, that means over 1. If you see lower than, it means under. So just explaining that. So you can see it makes a win, and then if the last digit is 0, then it takes an under 8 trade. So you can see strictly lower than. If you see lower than, it means under. So it took 2 trades without any analysis. I'm going to show you the ones that you are supposed to analyze. So that is bots. So bots, as I said, there are millions of bots in the world. It's up to you to decide which one you want to use or which one serves your purpose. But the best thing is first understand the markets, which I've shown you which markets they are, and then how to identify different trades. So when it comes to identifying different trades on MoneyGG, we have 2 things. So this bot builder is just where the bot goes when you click here. When you click load here, this is just where the bot goes. So that's a bot builder. And then I can just reset here. If you come to, there are 2 analysis tabs that we have, or for manual analysis now when you want to click run on a bot. So there's AI analysis and there is D analysis. This is for analysis of the market. For example, if you're doing anything to do with over under, we recommend you use D analysis. Why? If you look at these digits here and their percentages, for example, if I'm trying to do an over 2 or an whichever over, this yellow, the yellow circle is usually the second most appearing, the red circle is the least appearing, and the green circle is the most appearing. So if I rank the digits 0 to 9 in percentages, yellow is the second most appearing, red is the one at the bottom, and then the green one is the one at the top. So once
And
you are doing,
are these statistics that is this data that Deriv is giving you?
yes, so this is an API that we have configured, and then we are doing the auto analysis here. So you can see you just change to whichever ticks that you want to use. So the API gives you the data, the rest is up to you. You decide what you want to do with it. So this is things that have been developed using custom code. Yes, but this is data that Deriv gives. So they give us everything, and I think they are one of the most transparent broker. And yes, they have their own problems, but they give a lot of data so that you are
So
sure
you're
what you
saying if I'm going for a normal derivative account, I'm not gonna see that data, right? Saying that.
you're only gonna see one line, 1,000 ticks. So the custom developed site, for example, these are hours you can be able to change from whichever ticks you want. So there we just give you 1,000 and tell you from these 1,000 just analyze and do your trades. But then for us, you are able to do different things, different tick levels. You can be able to change 500 just to check how the market is doing. 100 ticks. So if you say 100 ticks, you're saying in the last 100 digits that have happened, how many have been 9, how many have been 8, and how many have been 0. So that's the difference.
Okay.
Yep. So as I'm saying, for example, one I like very much, and I think I always do it every day, is an under 6. And I look for two things. For under 6, if you say under 6, what you're meaning is for me to win 5, the last digit has to land on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. So what I look for is 6, 7, 8, and 9 in the last 1,000 ticks to be below 9%. You can see 6 is 9.6, 7 is 11.3, 8 is 9.6, and 9 is 9 is 9.9. For example, this would be a disqualified market. So we just change to another market until I find what I'm looking for. 7 is 10.3. So that would be disqualified. There's a lot of times that you come to the market and you don't find a market. Most people, especially when they are beginners, what they do is once they
Mm,
don't find the market, they force it.
they
So they
force
just
it.
can't. Yeah. So, but for us, because we have been on this for a while and we know that every mistake is paid for with a dollar. In trading, every mistake is paid for with your money. There's no like somebody tell you you're learning. You're learning by losing money. So you have to be to stick to whatever things that you're looking for to ensure that you're able to make the money you're looking for. Like for example, 8 is on 10.3. You can see that will still not work. So there's a lot of times you come to the market and you see there's nothing to trade. So you just leave and you come back later and check later. Like this one 10.4, 10.2, 9.2, 10. But that is one thing I want you to go try. Under 6, it's not high risk and it's not low risk.
You
So
say under 6, and then the rest have to be
6, 7, 8, and 9 have to be less than 10% in the last 1,000 ticks.
okay. Now, I think
Then,
I now get it because, but then
mhm.
you are just buying a bot. There's no education around it. Just tell you, plug in, man. It does not lose. Plug in. Just plug in. Put your money. Nothing. Can never. It doesn't lose more than twice. What? Hey.
Let me
What?
let me you see, I'll show
I have
you why
never
the
healed.
it doesn't lose. I'll show you that bot that is usually told it's an AI bot and it doesn't lose. I'm gonna show you that bot and explain why it's very hard for it to lose. So you can see what you look for in under 6 is 6, 7, 8, 9, less than 10%. Then for you to enter, you see this red moving thing
Mm.
that is showing the last digit. So you wait for it to touch any 3 digits below 6. That is 6, 7, 8, or 9
Below
in
or
any order.
over. Okay.
Above. So either 6, 7, 8, or 9 in any order. And then you just click run. But you have to set your bot. So the bot that I usually use for under 6, you can go try this on your demo. So I use this Martingale bot. It's one that I like using very much. Let me just reset this. Mm, where is this thing?
Man, you know you'll have to do this session with you when you're doing it alone.
Yeah.
That's the
Just
only
don't.
way I can even go and try it. Yani nakuwaga na trauma ya hii shit that bad. Bro, this shit almost sent me back home. I remember I had taken a loan from my
I
girlfriend, from my friends for like $1,000. Yes.
let
So
me tell you.
I first of all $100 went with Sammy
Mhm.
Boy's bot. Then Gatimo came, told me that his bot now is the best. Fire. 22,000. So I've lost 32,000 already from buying the bots. And then $100 from trading. And then I was like, because Gatimo has convinced me, now I'm putting $1,000. I want to make $10,000 in a day. My guy, I lost $370 and I knew the $1,000 is going, and then I preferred withdrawing the remaining amount.
Bro, let me tell you the amount of scams that are in this industry, especially
What?
in derivative trading. There are so many. You can't, like, for example, for me, I don't sell classes, I don't teach people. Like for you, I'm doing this because we are friends and I thought let me just do it. I have never done a class,
And
I
that's
don't
why I'm
have.
even listening.
But the scams that are here, there are so many. There's a lot of scams. Like for example, that bot that you most people are told doesn't lose. Let me show you that bot. So you see these AI trading bot, the first one.
Mm,
Just click
mhm,
load on it. Let me show you. Let me just explain how it works. So you
mhm.
see, on deriv, the trades that are least risky is over zero and under nine, because your
Yeah,
only
yeah,
loss will be if it touches zero or it touches nine, you lose, right?
yeah.
So there's this board that you create with a stake list. It's called most people call it AI robot. But what it does, it trades over zero. If it loses, it goes to over four, over five, over six, over seven, over eight. So once it loses on over zero, it will come trade over four. That's why you see when it recovers with a huge percentage. So most people are lured into just keeping it running. Let me just run it, and they tell you just run it, just run it.
Mm. Man, you
Just
see, these are the things, man. You can't know, and they can't let you know. They just tell you, you just run it, and you
yeah,
see, people even don't care. They just want to see the money. They don't care what's happening behind the scenes. So a
yeah,
lot of people come in very naive, and you see, for me, I know how to trade, and I still didn't understand this shit.
yeah.
How
Most
about
people
someone who
don't.
has never even traded?
So you
What?
can see this board can go up to 20 runs without losing, and then there's
Mm.
something you see you'll never lose. So you just need to, like, for example, you can see I lost one. This went to
So,
zero.
so, so, and why is it not like, if it can go to those many runs without losing, then why is it not the best?
It's not the best because, for example, you see in one, two, these are 9 runs.
Mhm,
I made, if you remove this one, which is recovery, let me just go to the
mm,
journal. The journal explains what trade it's taking.
mm,
So you
mhm,
see, payout if the last digit in the 101S is strictly higher than zero, then it came out as zero. So we lost, right? So
mhm.
it went to the block. I'm telling you, it went to the next block. So
Yeah.
this is just basic coding. This is just an array. So it goes to higher than four. If it lost, it would have gone to higher than five, higher than six.
Mm,
This. So if you win on any of these, you recover massively. So they then tell you, you see how the recovery is. This is a very huge recovery. So you see, we won that one. But then on the normal payout for $4, we are risking $4, we are making 0.25. So you have
mm.
to go like 100 runs to make $25. That's
Ah,
why it's
okay.
a bullshit. It's something that is sold to beginners just to lure them into the
Yeah.
market. And it's a very easy way to scam somebody, because once you show somebody who wants money that this is money that is printed,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna
because I mean,
get.
if it takes 100 runs to make $25, then that means, and there's no way you can make 100 runs without making a loss. So definitely, that's bullshit. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it now.
yeah, that is why for me I was telling you I prefer something like an over four or an under six. Something like, yes, you can lose even twice, but the third one is gonna recover all the money that you lost if you're using martingale. So you find that
Mm.
most people recommend do over two. Yes, they are less risky, but then you find that sometimes they just drain you. You do ten winning runs, you lose once, you lose all the money. So, like
Yeah.
for example, if I win one, two, three, four times, and I lose this one and it doesn't recover, I've lost all the money I made here. So
Yeah.
it usually doesn't make sense. But different people have different trading styles, and different levels of risk. I think for me, because I've been trading for a long time, I don't mind the risk. So I am sure what I'm doing. I look at what I'm doing. Yes, I know there are times that we lose because there's no trading strategy that is 100% anywhere. Even the algos I'm gonna be showing you. So so we're done with the markets. We have looked at the bots. So I want us now to look at the algorithms that we have created. Yes, we have done a few automations on bots, but we mainly focus on these automations called auto trades. So there's a tab called auto trades.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen it.
yeah, yeah. So if you look on the left hand side, you have
Mm.
different trade types. So like rise and fall. So what it will do, you can see like now it's showing a fall signal. So it will take a trade for you once it finds a fall signal. Once it's neutral, it doesn't take any trades. So
Mm.
that is for rise and fall. The digits, because that's what many people like. We have focused a lot on it. So we have a few on even odd. Like the one I like most and I use most is percentage even odd. So, for example, this is a stake of one. I know you know martingale. So if I lose, it multiplies the stake by two. Take profit, and then you can put stop loss whatever you want. And then here I like mainly using, I like 20 ticks. 20 ticks is better. And then what I'm saying by this, let me just explain this part. So 20 ticks, in the last 20 ticks is gonna check the percentage of either even or odd. If any of them is at, I like using 65, behaves very well. If any of them is above 65, it takes a trend. So you see, we're waiting for that threshold. As long as that threshold is met, it is gonna take a trade. So what is usually good with algorithmic trading is you're not doing any of the work. The system is
Mm.
doing all of the work. And if you're doing markets that are highly profitable, like even odd or under six, over four, markets that make sense, even if you see losses, you can see your total profit. It's a P&L will always be on the upper side. But also do not go for more than, we say, if you go for three consecutive losses, just stop the bot. Accept it. Some sessions are not usually good. You can find that you're just losing and you're just there holding on, saying, I'm gonna recover, but the account is just
Mm.
going to zero. It's just going to zero. Like for example, if we had lost this one eight here, you see we lost one, two, three. If we lost this one, you just stop it. And you're like, I'm gonna try in the next session. I'm gonna try the next time. That is what happens in trading. So long as this total profit or loss here shows a profit, you're doing well. If you're just
So,
going to losses, you
mm,
stop it like that. Uh-huh.
all right. Now, does the time matter? Like, when you're trading crypto or forex, there are certain times you want to be trading, like when you're expecting news. Does that matter here?
Now, so as I said, Deriv is a broker. There's forex market. So if you're trading forex, yes, the time matters. There's a news
No,
and
no, no.
whatnot.
I'm talking about this exact
No,
where we are
this
the algos.
digits are
When I'm using,
generated every second of the day. It's up to you to decide what time you are available to come and get into the market. There's no time of day that you should get in, and there's no time of day that you can't get in. Any time of the day for digits is okay. This is, as you said, computer generated. This is not. This is
so
not.
now, bro,
Yeah.
let's do this because we can um if you are confident with what you guys are building and what you guys are doing, how
Mm,
about we do a challenge and it doesn't have to be public. We can do it privately. Me
yeah.
and you. We grow a certain amount. I'll definitely do the investment, and
Okay.
then once we achieve the target that we have done, and I'm also confident doing it myself and everything, and now we can come public and say, hey, this this is something we have been doing this for the past couple of months, and this is what we have achieved. I think now we can confidently I can also confidently go to the market and say, hey, man, there's a right way to do this stuff. I was skeptical. I have lost money too, just like you, but it's because these guys who are selling you these bots, they don't care about you. They don't care about uh you making money or not. They only care about the sale that they are making once you purchase the bot. And in most cases, it's exactly that. These people don't care whether you're making money or not. The only thing they care about is, are you purchasing the bot? And that's why they don't give the bots for free. They only focus on selling the bot. That's their main focus. And they might be actually making money themselves, but they're not showing you how they're doing it, you know? They're just telling you, you just do this. That bullshit. Kwanza
So
nakumbuka Sami Boy bro used to go live bro. Mi nilikuwa naingia live yake, nafanya kile anafanya bro. He's making money, I'm losing money. So hiyo kitu ilikuwa inanisumbua akili. I'm like, kwani nimerogwa nini? What's going on?
what happens with, as I said, because it's computer generated, what you find is we can be doing the same thing, but your entry is not my entry. So your exit becomes different. Let me just show you that. So for example, let's see if we just take one trade. I just want the detail here. So I just wanted this. If you see here, the entry and exit point, 17,236.8.92. If
Yeah,
you enter one less or one before me, your exit is different.
yeah, that's
So
true.
we,
I
we can,
agree.
because and because it's computers that are doing this thing, this call has to go to a server. Once it gets to the server, Deriv now executes it. Once they execute it, they send you the result. So, for example, internet plays a very critical role in binary trading, because one step mistake, you're in late, you're losing money.
So you
So
also need a good machine, right? That's what you're saying,
yeah,
and good internet.
get a good phone, or get because all these things can be done on the phone. Get a good phone or get good internet, and
Or
a
both.
good machine if you can, or both if you can. Like for example, right now I'm showing you on a machine, but once I'm outside, I use my phone because my phone has 5G and it's a good phone. So get a
Yeah,
good
of
phone.
course.
Yeah, get
I,
get good.
I
Invest.
think that's the
Yes.
best because that me, of course, most of the time probably will be using my phone, and yeah, that means gonna 5G, gonna phone power. So yeah, that's good.
Just get something, because sometimes you find even you doing your trades, then your phone hangs, man, and it's money.
Ah,
By the time you're back, bruh, by the time you're
yeah.
back, you have nothing left on that account. That's what
Oh
they
my
say.
god, I can
Ilikuwa
imagine.
yako, sasa ni yangu.
Bro, yeah, crazy. Yeah, I mean that, and that happens a lot for sure. Juu wenyewe comrade ameng'ang'ana, amesave 10k, amenunua bot, alafu akona inaitwaje hizi za mkopo.
Bro,
Phone imefungwa.
it's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah, so
Yeah.
just invest in good internet and a good gadget. But as you're saying, we can come up with a working formula. Then I'm willing to go through all these things, because these things that I do on a daily basis, and
Bro,
I feel getting.
for me, I'm down, bro. You see, I'm open-minded. That's the beauty of mine. Na sahi niko na do, naweza sema, this I'm willing to lose,
Mm.
you know. Sina hiyo pressure kama hiyo time. Hey, bro, that time, bro. I'm telling you that $1,000, hiyo 300 ilienda kwanza, ndio ilikuwa yangu. The rest was loan money. So that's why hata niliitoa nikaona, hii pesa sitaenda, kia Mungu niachwe na deni na bado nimenyoroshwa. So I remember the first day I bought the bot. Let me tell you, my brother, I never slept.
Thinking of how you're going to run it, make millions.
Not thinking. I was running it on the demo account and it was doing fantastic. So I was like, if this thing is making me money by just looking at it, I'm not doing anything, just tapping run and that's it. And then it had this sound. Anytime it makes a green profit, and it's every time it makes a profit, it sounds a nice bell. And I used to love that sound. But then when it makes a loss, it gives another very bad sound. Dong. So I used to hate that sound, bro. So I used to have like chills. If I hear dong, I'm like, niko hapo na kaza. Another dong, na kaza. So that first night I never slept, bro. I was like, before I put in real money. Like, I have to see how these things work. And then for some reason on the demo account works pretty well, man. Works really. Pia Derivo wanajua vitu wanafanya hapo.
No,
Wanacheza kimesi. I don't know.
but you know what happens is on a demo
Mhm.
account, you have no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah, you have no pressure. But I mean, I used to do the same thing. There's nothing that was different. I was like, this guy has told me for sure, he has promised that it does not, it only does 2 losses maximum. That was the promise. You see, that's
I'm sure.
how naive I was.
I'm
The
sure.
guy promises you that it only does 2 losses maximum. So in my mind, I'm just seeing, if I see the first loss, I'm cool. The second loss, I'm cool. And then that time it makes a profit. It worked like a couple of times like that. And then I was like, okay, cool. This shit works. And then immediately I put real money, that's when I start seeing first loss, second loss, third loss. And you remember, it's martingale. So by the time I'm getting to my fourth loss, I'm sweating, I'm shaking. It's just crazy, bro.
Those things happen. Those things
Man,
happen.
I was so stupid. And you see, the problem is people still get right now, I wouldn't call it scamming, because now this guy is selling you a bot, but it's not giving you any education, like what you just shared with me today. From
Yeah.
what you just shared with me, I'm like, okay, now I see now exactly what is going on here. Because before mtu anakuambia tu wewe fanya finya run, hata usiangalie anything else, usijaribu kuguza any settings, we finya tu run, ekelea finya tu run, you know. So when someone tells you like that, bro, you don't even want to meddle with the settings. You don't want to do anything. You
Yeah.
just want to
A
run.
lot.
So,
But
well,
bro, a lot of bullshit is sold on the internet. That I can assure you. A lot of people sell things that you look at it, eh, because for example, for me, I'm a trader and a developer, so I see a lot of things that people try to sell, and a lot of people that things that people say, and I'm like, bro, why would you do that to anyone, man? Even if you're looking for money, understand these are also young people who are just trying to make it the same way you're trying to make it. The same way you're trying to make it, these guys are trying to make it. So you
yeah,
guys
man,
just be like, yeah,
that's true. And that's why I even listened to you in the first place, because I was like, okay, if you're making money and you don't have to show people that you're making money for you to sell them your bot, then that makes sense, you know. That tells me that there's some legitimacy in that.
yeah,
Because
but
you see what most people do,
yeah,
you get a board that's working, you've figured it out, you've made
yeah,
some tombs, you go buy a car, and then now from then on you don't even care about trading anymore. You're
you're a
just
thief.
there. You're now,
Because
you've graduated now to become a thief. Now from then on, it's just it's just you make sure that every day you have 2 3 sales, and you go to a very high end hotel, and it's just bullshit, man. And you know that works, because if you have
yeah,
2 3 sales a day and you're selling at 10,000, that's 30K every day, bro. Huu ni msee tayari sasa anaishi maisha tofauti just because he bought a car.
bro,
And then if this guy is making that 20K a day, that means he can get a car on loan and pay 50K a month.
it's very easy. But it's
Yeah.
very easy to be a thief. To be a thief,
Mm.
especially in this
Mm.
trading industry, is easier than to be legitimate and show people how to make money. But as I always say, we can't be able to clean up the whole world. We try
Oh,
where
no,
we
no, no.
can.
No. We are not even trying to clean up nothing. All we are just trying to say is, number one, of course, we have already given the disclaimer: only use money that you can lose, that you're willing to lose. And then two is it's not just a plug and play. You need to understand what you're really doing. You know, like right now, I'm really understanding what's going on. I can even explain it to someone.
Yeah,
So once you get to that level of understanding, now even when you lose, you know why you have lost. Even when you make money, you know why you're making money. So that makes more sense to me.
yeah. And one last thing before we finish, I can say is understand risk management. For example, you can't have $100 account and you're staking $50, because if
Oh
you
yeah.
lose once,
Oh
that
yeah.
account, the next trade is you've blown the account. So always
Yeah, yeah.
understand, risk like 10% of the account, and then if you go for, as I was saying, three consecutive losses and the fourth one doesn't recover, that market is not on your side. Just stop it, try the next time, because there are a lot of sessions that you can do. You can even say on a day, I'm only going to be trading 4 times, I make $2 per day. If you, the larger the account, as I was saying, the larger the account, the more you can target. If you have a $10,000 account, you can target 200. Like I was telling you, the last time, the time I was showing you, I had a $10,000 account and I was making $800 a day comfortably, just easily. In the morning 800, in the evening 800, and I go to my sheet, I go to work like it's a normal day. So it's up to you to understand. Don't take $10 to 1 million in a day. It won't happen. You will
We wacha
lose.
kunichizisha bro. Usikia vile unasema ni kama it's nothing. I was just making 800 a day and 800 in the morning, 800 in the evening, and I go by day like it's normal. I'm like, bro, that's $1,600 every day, bro.
Every but you know, one thing people don't say is, there are also days, that time is also the time that I lost, I think $15,000, because I had made over 30,000. The account had, I had said, this account I'm going to withdraw the day it makes $100,000. And that's one also big mistake that I think people make in dairy. Don't try grow accounts. Just make the money for that day. There are different account types. For example, you can see I have, this is a pound account and this is a TRC20 account. Once you make
Mm.
money, if your British pound account is what you trade on, any profit you make, transfer it to another account like a TRC20 and keep it there, so that any day, even if you lose the account, you remember, I traded for 20 days, I made money on 18 days, I lost one day, but I've made 10,000, just like
Much.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially if it's running and you're losing, you always say, it's psychological, it's human psychology, it's gonna recover, it's gonna recover, it's gonna recover, it's gonna
So,
zero.
so you're saying you made like 30,000 and then you lost it all?
No, I
What
made
did you say?
30,000, I lost half, then I took out the other half. So I
He
had
said,
put in
man,
30,000.
sioni pesa ikienda hivyo. How much had you
It
staked?
happens. I had put $6,000. I had put six
So
thousand.
that okay, so at least you made like 7K. That's good.
Yeah, I was trading twice every day, twice in the morning before work and in the evening after work. $800, $800, and the day by day I lost it, I was looking for, I think, $10 to fill up the 800. But that's what happens. That happens. These are stories that people don't tell. People think it's just a glowy industry that you just come here and
Yeah.
you pick money. These guys are also trying to take your money. This is war. That is why I'm saying, treat it as a business. This is a business. For you, you get in, you look at what is my PNL? What does my PNL say? Does it say profit? Does it say loss? How much is my target? How much is my loss limit? How much drawdown am I willing to go through today? How much am I looking for today? Do I have compromises? Can I go halfway? That is up to you. So what that discipline comes from understanding, these guys are also in business. They are looking for your money. So it's either you take their money or they take yours. And then from there, once you understand that, now you will be, and then don't bring your greed here. You're trying to buy a GLE today, bro. You're gonna be walking by the time they are done with you. By the time they're done with you, you're walking. So yes, these things are possible. For me, I've made a lot of money from this trading business, but I've also lost some amount of money because of, like, for example, greed, or trying to do too much when you can just say this is enough for today, and you're gonna have a very easy time. You follow your trading strategy, and then you just push on. But a lot of things can come from trading. A lot of good things. But if you look at the stories also, there's a lot of bad things that come out of it. People have done suicide because of this shit.
Yeah,
Somebody, like
yeah,
you're saying,
yeah,
somebody takes a
agree.
loan. When somebody has sold them something, I told them this thing works 100%. Do you know, if somebody tells you something works 100%, you're willing to stake anything,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
and you don't know you are the pawn in the game. They just want your money and then they bounce. and then you're
I
left
mean,
there.
you see, this guy has already sold you the bot. So from then on, he doesn't care, and you cannot. And you see, that's a safe bet because you can't blame him because he never traded for you. You never sent him money to trade for you. It's you
Yeah,
who put in the money. You traded yourself, so there's no way you can blame them. You'll just be bitter for nothing, like me. And then hata nilikuja nikasema, enyewe wakomboka na there's nothing I can do about it. They won, I lost, then that's fine. It is what it is.
yeah. This stuff happens, but I really pity some of the guys. If you look online and you hear the stories of people, bro, you really look at some guys who are doing this a scamish business, and you're like, it doesn't have to get there as much as we are looking for money, but that is the industry, bro. If
Yeah,
you don't,
because man, me, I would really, I really want to, I really want to make, I really want to get money. Um, if it can work for me, I'll go
it
all
will
in.
work. It will work because this is what we do. This is, if we talk about passive income, for us, this is our passive income. So this is what we do, and
Bro,
you
this
have a
this is not
you
passive income. Even don't mention that. It's not passive income. You can't call
active
it
income.
passive income, bro. This is not passive. You see, passive is umeekelea do kwa stock imepanda, you have done nothing. Like literally there's nothing you've done to make that money. Bro, this is active income, bro. You have to know what you're doing. There's no way you can call this passive. Because I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll fuck up.
Big time.
And then
That
you
I can.
have to be there to put in the trades. So it's not passive. It's very active.
Yeah, but the good thing with the algos, you can actually leave it
Only
run.
that now you are smart enough. You know you're using algos to make your work easier, but
Yeah.
still active.